Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online learning initiative Ekalaiva.
Now, let us discuss refraction through a triangular prism. Consider a ray of light PQ. So, ray of light PQ is incident on the face AB of the prism at an angle of incidence I. As a ray of light enters glass medium, that is denser medium, this is air medium and this will be the glass medium, and again this is air medium. Okay, so this incident ray PQ, which is incident on this face AB of the prism at an angle of incidence I. As a ray of light enters glass medium, it bends towards the normal. Okay, it bends towards the normal. And here the angle of refraction is R1. And again the refraction which takes place in accordance with Snell's law of refraction. Okay. The refracted ray QR. So this is our refracted ray QR is incident on the other face of the prism, that is AC, which is the other face of the prism. Okay, the refracted ray QR, which is incident on the face AC at an angle R2. Okay, and again the refraction takes place. Now the refraction takes place from glass medium to air medium. Okay, here glass medium is the denser medium and again air be the rarer medium. So the ray bends away from the normal. Okay, so the ray which bends away from the normal, that is which is entering into the air medium, and here E be the angle of emergence. Okay, so I be the angle of incidence and E be the angle of emergence. Okay, the angle between the emergent ray R, yes, angle between the emergent ray R, yes, so this one. Okay, so now we are coming to this part. Okay, the angle between the emergent ray R, yes, and the direction of the incident ray PQ. Okay, so this angle, so we are assuming this part. This part, okay, is called angle of deviation. Okay, so this part is known as the angle of deviation. Now, let us consider the quadrilateral AQNR. Okay, so we are going to consider this quadrilateral AQNR. So I'll write here, children. In the quadrilateral, A Q N R. Two of the angles, that is at the vertices Q and R or right angles. Okay, two of the angles are right angles. Therefore, the sum of the other angles of the quadrilateral is 180 degree. Okay, so we are going to write angle A plus angle QNR is equal to 180 degree. Okay, now let us consider the triangle QNR. Okay, so consider the triangle QNR, R1 plus R2 plus angle QNR is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so this is 180 degree. So now let us compare these two equations. What will you get? Here you have angle QNR, 180 degree, 180 degree. So when you compare these two equations, let us consider equation 1 and 2. Comparing equation 1 and 2. What is R1 plus R2? R1 plus R2 is equal to A. So this is very, very, very important. Okay. This A is nothing but angle of prism. Okay. So let us consider this is the most important relation. Okay. Now we want to calculate what is the total deviation. This delta is the sum of the deviations of the two faces. So we can write that delta is equal to I minus R1 plus E minus R2. Okay. So now let us take this equation as I plus E. Okay. Minus R1 plus R2. But already we know that R1 plus R2 is nothing but what? Which is equal to A. So this total deviation will be considered as delta is equal to I plus E minus A. Okay. So this is also again very, very, very important here, children. The deviation is equal to, what is this deviation? Deviation is equal to I plus E minus A. Okay, so this is very, very important relation. We can also write it as I plus E is equal to delta plus A. Okay, so the sum of the angle of incidence and angle of emergence is equal to the sum of angle of deviation and angle of prism. Okay, now let us see the variation of angle of deviation with angle of incidence. Okay. So, and one more thing also very, very important here, children. For a given prism, the angle of deviation which depends upon the angle of incidence. So, now let us draw the graph between angle of incidence and angle of deviation. Okay. So, we are going to plot the graph between angle of incidence, that is I, and angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. Okay. So let us take 0, 20, 40, 60, etc. And similarly here also let us consider 30, 40, 50, likewise. Okay. So we can see one thing very clearly here, children. For the light of a given color, as the angle of incidence increased, as the angle of incidence increased, the deviation produced, which will decreases. Okay, so we are going to increase the angle of incidence, but we can see that angle of deviation will be reduced like this. Okay, it will decrease and it will reach a certain minimum value. Okay, so we are going to increase the angle of incidence, but the deviation produced will be goes on decreasing till it is minimum, and thereafter it goes on increasing again. So we can also see like this. It will decrease, then it will start increasing. Okay. And there is one particular angle of incidence corresponding to which angle of deviation is minimum. So now let us consider here is the angle. Okay. This point. The minimum value of angle of deviation of the ray of light passing through the prism is called angle of minimum deviation. Okay. Actually, this will be represented by del m, that is minimum deviation. What is the important point here you have to notice is when the prism is placed in the minimum deviation position, the refracted light is parallel to the base of the prism. At this position, the incident and the emergent rays are symmetrically inclined. Okay. So when the prism is placed in the minimum deviation position, the ray of light passes symmetrically through the prism. And we can also say that I is equal to E. Okay, I is equal to E at this point. Okay, so this is very, very important here, children. So now let us find the expression for refractive index of the material of the prism with the help of these expressions. Okay. So let us assume this deviation will be taken as minimum deviation. That is, let me consider as dm or del m, whatever it is. Okay, and at this position, that is at minimum deviation position, I is equal to E. And this implies that R1 is equal to R2. So now let us consider this expression R1 plus R2 is equal to A. Hope all of you remember this one. Okay. So if you substitute R1 is equal to R2, so we can also take it as RR. Okay. So what will you get here? So 2R is equal to A, or R is equal to A by 2. Okay. So again, this is very, very important here. R is equal to A by 2. Okay. Similarly, we are going to consider this equation. That is, what is minimum deviation? The minimum deviation is equal to, that is, let us consider this expression here, children. I is equal to that, sorry, delta is equal to, deviation is equal to I plus E minus A. Okay. We know pretty well that what is, we assume that I, that is, we have taken that I is equal to E. So can you write it as this delta deviation will be taken as minimum deviation and this I is equal to E, right? So can you write it as 2I minus A, or you can write I is equal to A plus dm divided by, that is minimum deviation divided by 2. Okay, so again this is very, very important. So we got R is equal to A by 2 and I is equal to A plus dm divided by 2. So what is our aim now? We need to find what is the refractive index of the prism. So the refractive index of the prism that is N21 is equal to N2 by N1. So I sin A plus dm by 2 divided by sin A by 2. That is sin I by sin R. What is I? A plus dm by 2. What is R? A by 2. Okay. So these values can be determined experimentally. That is the angles A and dm can be measured experimentally. Okay. So with the help of this formula, we can find what is the refractive index of the given prism. Now let us consider for a small angled prism. Okay. For small angled prism, that is a thin prism. Okay. This dm is very, very small. Is very small. And we will get N21 is equal to, we know that sin A plus dm by 2 divided by sin A by 2. Okay. So let us consider, this is since dm is very small, we are going to consider as A plus dm by 2 divided by A by 2. Okay. So what you will get here, children, you can also write deviation. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So after doing all these things, you will get the minimum deviation. Minimum deviation is equal to N21 minus 1 into A. Okay. So this implies that thin prisms do not deviate light much. Okay. So this relation is also very, very, very important. So we can find what is the refractive index of the given prism by using the formula sin A plus dm by 2. What is this dm? Which is nothing but minimum deviation. Okay. Sin A by 2, where A be the angle of prism, and this expression is for only for small angled prism. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, students.